Welcome back to Noggin Knowledge, your ultimate source of knowledge about psychology and human behavior. Today, we're diving into the captivating realm of facial expressions, those silent yet powerful communicators of our innermost emotions. We'll be unmasking the secret truths behind those smiles, frowns, and furrows, and revealing the intricate science that governs them. Ever wondered what your own face might be telling others without you even realizing it? Well, we're about to find out. Stay tuned as we delve into the fascinating world of facial expressions and what they really mean. First, let's look into the fascinating psychology and neuroscience of facial expressions. They're not just for looking good in social media selfies or taking awkward driver's license pictures. Our faces are prominent communication tools. Our brains are designed to express and interpret emotions through facial expressions. It's a complex interaction between the brain's emotional center, the amygdala, and our facial muscles. When an emotion is felt, the amygdala signals the muscles to contract, creating recognizable expressions. This is a silent and universal language. From urban New York to remote tribes in Papua New Guinea, expressions of joy, sadness, anger, surprise, fear, and disgust are strikingly alike. This implies that facial expressions are ingrained in our evolutionary journeys. In the 1960s, psychologist Paul Ekman studied facial expressions globally. He found isolated tribes, despite no external influence, displayed the same expressions as us. Ekman's research led to the facial action coding system, FACS. But why are facial expressions vital? They offer essential cues about others' feelings and thoughts. They assist us in social navigation, relationship building, and even survival. Imagine a poker game without reading tells, or encountering a stranger without evaluating their intentions. So observe people's faces carefully. Much can be learned about their internal world just by watching their expressions. As you can see, our faces are powerful tools for communication, transcending language and culture. Now that you understand the science, let's break down some of the most common facial expressions. First, happiness. It's often shown by a wide smile and bright eyes, yet it's crucial to note that not all smiles mean happiness. They could be polite or discomforting. Second, there is sadness, which is typically evident by a lowered mouth, watery eyes, or a furrowed brow. But sadness can also appear as a blank face, void of any emotion. Then there is anger, which is typically characterized by a tightened jaw, furrowed brow, and narrowed eyes. Anger isn't always loud or aggressive. It can be silent or passive-aggressive too. Surprise is another one, characterized by wide eyes and a sudden intake of breath. However, surprise can also indicate fear or shock. Fear usually presents with wide, terrified eyes and a pale face, but it can also look like anger or surprise, emphasizing the role of context. Finally, there is disgust. This is usually shown by a scrunched nose, a raised upper lip, and narrowed eyes. However, people often mistake disgust for anger, as both can involve a furrowed brow and narrowed eyes. These are just a few common expressions, each with its own intricacies, and the context is vital in their interpretation. A smile at a funeral might not mean happiness, just as tears at a wedding might not signify sadness. Always consider the situation, the person's usual behaviors, and other nonverbal cues. Remember, while these are common interpretations, context is key in interpreting facial expressions. Beyond these common expressions, our faces reveal more than we comprehend through microexpressions. These brief involuntary facial twitches happen in response to emotions, providing a peek into a person's mind. Microexpressions are universal, occurring across cultures. They're an integral part of our biology, acting as a window into our subconscious and revealing hidden feelings like suppressed anger, concealed fear, or masked disgust. Picture a business negotiation. Your opponent's stoic, but a momentary flash of contempt gives something away. You may not notice it, but your subconscious senses it, warning you that something's amiss. This is the power of microexpressions. How do you spot these momentary movements? It's about honing your observing skills. Focus on the face, especially the eyes and mouth, for their expressive regions. Spot discrepancies between a person's words and expressions. A person narrating a sad story with a grin likely doesn't align their true emotions with their words. However, microexpressions aren't concrete evidence of someone's feelings. They're tools to amass additional info, not sole truth indicators. Context is vital, so consider the whole scenario, including body language, voice tone, and the words used. Mastering microexpression detection can revolutionize your understanding of human behavior. By picking up on these subtle signs, you can enhance your grasp of others, improving your communication and relationships. So why not start practicing today? You might be surprised at what you discover. So, how can this knowledge of facial expressions benefit you in real life? Let's imagine you're in a business meeting. You notice a fleeting look of confusion or a quick flash of joy. These facial expressions can tell you what the other person is thinking, providing you with insights to enhance your communication skills. Understanding facial expressions can improve our empathy and the ability to share the feelings of others. By better interpreting emotions conveyed through facial expressions, we can connect more deeply with the people around us. This understanding can improve our relationships. Whether it's a romantic partner or a coworker, being able to read their facial expressions can lead to open and honest communication. Now, here are some tips to enhance your ability to read facial expressions. First, practice observing. Spend time every day watching people, paying close attention to their faces. Second, engage in active listening. This means not just hearing the words someone is saying, but also watching their face for any expressions that might give insight into their thoughts and feelings. Lastly, try mirroring expressions. When you see a facial expression, try to mimic it. This can help understand the emotion behind the expression. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you work on these skills, the better you'll get at reading facial expressions. So keep observing, keep practicing, and unlock power of facial expressions. With practice, you can enhance your communication skills and build stronger connections with those around you. We have delved into the meanings and depths of facial expressions in today's journey. We delved into the fascinating world of psychology and neuroscience, unveiling the universal language of human faces. We learned that every furrowed brow, every smile, and every gasp of surprise isn't just a simple reflex, but a complex, integral part of our communication. We deciphered expressions of happiness, sadness, rage, surprise, disgust, and terror to separate truth from myth. We recognize that these expressions are tools we use to communicate and connect with people, not only indicators of our inner feelings. We also dipped our toes into the world of microexpressions, those fleeting, involuntary displays of our hidden emotions. We discovered how these quick facial shifts can reveal a lot about what we're truly feeling, even when we're trying to keep a poker face. And finally, we discussed the practical applications of understanding facial expressions. We recognized how this knowledge can enhance our interpersonal communication, empathy, and relationships. We learned that by being more attuned to others' facial expressions, we can become better listeners, better friends, better partners. Remember to practice these skills in your daily interactions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give us a like, leave a comment below. Consider subscribing to the channel and ring the notification bell for more insightful content. Before you click away, make sure to check out our video on 10 sneaky signs of disrespect. It delves into the subtle cues people often miss that indicate disrespect and how to respond to them effectively. You definitely are not going to want to miss this one. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep exploring the human psyche.